Nation of fitin10, it is day 13 of the challenge. And yesterday I talked about non-calorie based supplements. Or maybe I didn't really talk about that. I may have talked about electrolytes. But when I thought about non-calorie supplements, I really thought about 0 calories, like nothing in there. But the reality is there are supplements out there that will help with your recovery that have a little bit of calories. So I'm gonna run through 4 that I can think of right off the top of my head that would help with recovery. And I'm gonna go through, I'll start with the ones that have the least amount of calories and provide the most recovery. So at the top of the list would be HMB. This is hydroxymethylbutyrate. I sell HMB, by the way. And we're looking at very minimal calories here. So I'm gonna suggest that you take 2 to 3 grams of this per day. And we're looking at, I don't know what the calorie content is, but being that it is amino acid based, I'm gonna say per gram, it's probably around 4 calories. So you're looking at about 8 to 12 calories per day added to your diet. Basically nothing. Very, very negligible. I mean, we can get a 10 to 20 calorie difference just through measurement error very easily. Number 2 would be creatine monohydrate. Maybe not as good as HMB, or maybe it is. Hard to say, we'd have to look at the data. Speaking from my own experience, I would say HMB is better than creatine monohydrate. For recovery, creatine, again, is just a conglomeration of amino acids, 3 amino acids specifically. And so when we're looking at this, depending on your body mass, 5 to 10 grams per day. So calorie-wise, we're looking at, and again, I don't know this for sure, but my educated guess on this, again, being that it's protein-based, we're looking at somewhere between 20, if it's 5 grams, and 40 calories. So 20 to 40 calories, depending on whether you're taking 5 or 10 grams per day. Next would be EAAs. Now these are just protein, so you can just think of this just as straight protein. EAAs are a little bit more specific because we're talking about essential amino acids. When you look at when you look at animal sourced proteins, these are very high in all essential amino acids. When we're looking at non-animal sources, these are going to be very, very low, or not going to contain all essential amino acids. And this is really, really important to get in your diet because we can't get essential amino acids through any other means other than consumption. And this is necessary for recovery of tissues, for maintenance of all tissues in the body. So everything from your bones to your skin to your nails to your blood vessels to your organs, everything. These are all tissues, and you need essential amino acids for this. Not to forget the breakdown of the muscle tissue that you're causing from the weight training that you're doing. So EAAs, you could take anywhere, depending on the size, depending on whether you're vegan or not, depending on the size of you, let's be more specific here, depending on your total lean body mass. Okay, so bigger person here, more lean body mass, or somebody that has more lean body mass, more amounts of EAAs here, but somewhere between 20 and arguably maybe up to 30 grams per day. So somewhere in that range. And so if we're looking at 5 grams of EAAs, we're looking at 20 calories. If we're looking at the extreme end, 30 grams of EAAs, we're looking at 120 calories. And finally, glutamine. In my own experience, it's taken a lot of glutamine to notice a difference. Glutamine has various functions in the body. It is the most abundant amino acid in muscle tissue. In my own experience, at least 30 grams a day to see a difference in recovery. Maybe for somebody like yourself who has a little bit less lean body mass, you could take 20 grams or something like that. Again, this is a protein, this is amino acid, so we're looking at somewhere around 4 calories per gram. So if you're taking 20 grams of glutamine per day, we're looking at 180 calories. So the EAAs and the glutamine, not really low in calories per se. I don't count my supplementation in my calorie count, by the way. This includes fish oil. And I use a lot of glutamine. I use EAAs in my daily regime. And so I'm getting actually a few hundred extra calories in there. I wouldn't count supplementation towards your calories. Just look at it as supplementation, with the exception of protein powder, of course. Okay, so again, we've got HMB top of the list. Number 2, creatine monohydrate. Number 3, essential amino acids. Number 4, glutamine. I do carry all of these, HMB being the most valuable in my opinion. Okay, let's get to the message of the day. I didn't even get to my topic that I want to talk about, which was carbohydrates. I will talk about that tomorrow on day 14. Let's get to the message of the day. And today's message is a very important one. And it goes like this. Every meal that you eat is a short-term investment in how you feel, a mid-term investment in how you look, and a long-term investment in your freedom from disease. I'll say it again. Every meal is a short-term investment in how you feel, a mid-term investment in how you look, and a long-term investment in your freedom of disease. And I should probably talk about supplementation in your freedom of disease, especially vitamin D and cancer. I'll talk about that another day. I'm going to say it one more time. Every time you eat, I want you to think about this. You think about everything you put in your body, okay? Everything you eat is a short-term investment in how you feel, a mid-term investment in how you look, a long-term investment in your freedom from disease. Okay? Positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, and for the love of God, give some gratitude, and I'll talk to you all very soon.